The whole time I watched that thing was, when did my breast when did my breast get so fat? And I'm not talking, you North Carolina boys, I'm not talking about a cute fat. I'm talking big old mammal breast. And it felt to me like one was going that way and one was going that way. And then, y'all, okay, I was in a movie with Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell. I know, that was crazy. I love history. They wanted to take me to the Clermont Lounge. Anybody here heard of that? Well, let's tell all these other innocent and sweet, precious people what that Sodom and Gomorrah is. The Clermont Lounge is in the Clermont Hotel, and that's, I guess, a historical hotel. And they painted it pink, and I think it's expensive to stay there. And there's a rooftop bar where all the young people take their Instagram pictures and put it on there. And then inside the hotel is a restaurant, a bar, and a coffee shop. Her big sister, Gwyneth. And let me tell y'all that Reese Witherspoon is the size of this glass. And she stood next to me in that movie, in that wedding movie, and her little head hit right here. And when I saw the movie, I thought, oh, her head's the size of this breast. And we shot that thing in Atlanta. It took 2 months, and it was so fun, and it was like being at summer camp. It really was. But I was scared to death. Before I went down there, I thought I was going to get the shingles. I was scared to death. And I thought, well, I bet I'll lose weight. And before I start talking about these little women, I don't want y'all to feel bad and go, Leanne's making fun of little women trying to make a living. Ain't nobody making any money, all right? Nobody. This ain't about the money. And it's sweet that they let everybody participate. But anywho, all right, that little woman comes out, and she's got on a pump about that long, but her little foot's about that long, and it was swimming around in that big pump. And after more people came out, I thought, nobody's shoes fit. Everybody was sliding around and dancing in their shoes. And I thought, there must be a big pile of shoes in the back. And they tell them, get you on a pair of shoes before you go out there and dance. But this little woman had on a denim pair of shorts and a tank top, and that's what she danced in. And it looked like somebody that would go in there and go, you know, I just need some Diet Dr. Pepper and a couple of cans of Hormel chili. The second woman that came out was a young girl. They're growing a lot of dope in California. And see, I'm not used to that. Tennessee, there's nothing legal, recreation or medical in Tennessee. But CBD stores have popped up all over Knoxville, Tennessee. And the rumor is the dope is a-coming. And they say that's where the dope is a-going, is in those CBD stores. So I was with my physical therapist, Justin, and he was working on my sciatica right here and inflammation in my hip. And then sometimes my plantar fasciitis flares up when I'm eating too much bread. And he said, Leanne, I've been hearing a lot of good things about CBD. I think it's very anti-inflammatory. He goes, why don't you, there's a woman that's opened up a CBD store in this strip mall. Why don't you go down there and talk to her when we get finished? And so I walked down there, and I had to pass the Subway sandwiches. And it was hard for me not to go in there because I like that bread. And then J-Lo married that little bug-eyed Mark Anthony. Big head, little legs. Yeah. Yeah. He's the size of my cough drop. Look at that. Talented, very A-Rod. And then she got back with Ben Affleck, and they married, and I thought, ooh, this doesn't look good. Because every video or picture you'd see of them, they'd be coming out of somewhere, and he'd be going. And you know that he worshipped her because she glows. Have y'all noticed that? She glows. I think she's so beautiful. I read in People magazine that she eats a lot of salmon. Okay. She does. We all need to be eating a lot of salmon. Okay, so here's another story about my middle child being so sensitive. My children went to a small Christian school in Knoxville, and we loved it. It was like a family to us. So, you know, men only have so many words that they can use in a day. And he uses his up at work. And then comes home and has nothing to say to me, and just gets in a big chair and stares into space. And I need people. I need to talk, Curtis. So I stand in the kitchen and just talk to myself. And then we go to get in the bed, and of course then he knows me. You know, all of a sudden he knows me and tries to touch me. I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me, do we know each other? My second baby is my oldest daughter, who's about to graduate from the University of Tennessee. She's 22, and let me tell y'all, I know every crow thinks theirs is the blackest, but let me say that she is a beauty, and she is smart, and she's done very well in school, and she's in a sorority and done well with her sorority, and she's athletic, and she's mean. And we're scared to death of her. We walk on eggshells around her. She's not mean to other people or in public. She holds it in so that she can come home and like spew it out onto me. That's okay. That's God's way. But this is what I think happens. When she was a junior, her summer between her junior and senior year, I think that God allows this to happen. And you little girls, that your babies aren't this old, just listen to me. All right, one day they'll just turn on you. And you'll think, who in the world is this? Who's coming down the steps in the morning? We don't know who this is. I think that God allows that because he knows that you're about to let your baby go off to college or whatever they're going to do, and he knows that you're grieving. So he makes them just as mean as he can so that you can let them go. And I believe that. That summer, the very breath that I breathed out of my nostrils made her so angry. We were not allowed to eat cereal in our own home because she couldn't stand to hear us chew. I don't mean to talk about her because she had a lot on her. She had to empty the dishwasher. Stuff like that. That's so hard. Okay, let me tell you about an example when she was probably your baby's age, y'all's little children, because y'all are so cute. Look, their thyroid's still functioning. Y'all still got my baby. When my middle one, when she was in elementary school, I was so blessed that I got to take them to school and pick them up every day in my minivan. And I would watch them come out, my girls, and I saw them. They were in a good mood. I saw it. All right, they would be goosing each other and waving to all the little children and the principal. See you tomorrow. Okay. Then they'd come over to my minivan, get in, slam the door. That middle one would take her backpack and sling me in the back of the head with it. She'd say every day something like, I'm starving to death. You don't have a piece of cheese in this car? Your driving's making me car sick. I hate her. Why did you have her? And the baby would be sitting over the back. She'd be going, Mom, 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 Mom. And I'd say, what? And she'd go, Mom, 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 Mom. I go, what? I'm listening. She could say some of the craziest things. She said to me one day, did Jesus ever have head lice? How do you answer that? I said, well, baby, I don't know. But if he did, I know he healed it. And they'll be whipping each other and telling each other how bad they hate each other. And then my boy would come out of middle school. He'd get in the car and say something like, and before I start talking about these little women, I don't want y'all to feel bad and go, Leanne's making fun of little women trying to make a living. Ain't nobody making any money, all right? Nobody. This ain't about the money. And it's sweet that they let everybody participate. But anywho, all right, that little woman comes out, and she's got on a pump about that long, but her little foot's about that long, and it was swimming around in that big pump. And after more people came out, I thought, nobody's shoes fit.